Okay. I see myself there now. Fantastic. Thank you. Bye. Hello, everyone. It's Rob Sachetto, the zombie guy from the Zombie Studio. It is time for brand new art. It's been a long time, guys. I hope you had a great. I hope you had a great New Year's. I had a nice intimate New Year's this year. It was very, very, very nice. I hope you had a great New Year's, whatever you guys did or are still doing. But Happy New Year's, and I hope that's the last time you hear that this year. I'm sure you're already sick of it. Sick of it. But yes, we are in the studio and we're doing as if you didn't know, or I hope it looked enough like the absolute Joker from the absolute Batman or absolute universe. That is from DC or DC as it's otherwise known. Yes, indeed. What a great character. And man, I was really excited to do this, and I was really afraid to do this too because there are no concrete photos of this guy. Like everybody seemed to sort of do their version of it, I guess. And yeah, there's little differences in all of them, and I'm like, which is the real one? Like, which absolute Joker do I use as the reference, right? So I had to kind of extrapolate from about 10 different ones, and go, this is probably pretty close to, what they think is the absolute Joker, absolute form, So yeah, it wasn't easy, man. Sometimes there's a tough to hair, green hair, and sometimes there isn't, So yeah, there was all these little differences, and sometimes it was just hair, but no horns, but just hair like that. So that was crazy too. There's versions of them like that. So, anywho, I think this is pretty good. A pretty good depiction. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, like some of the ones has like he's got a whole bunch of spikes all over his face, and then like yeah, I don't know. It's weird. They're very different versions of him already, from different artists. And maybe that was DC's plan, and if it was, good for them, man. It's keep guessing, man. Keep the mystery of the character going. Everybody will have a different interpretation of it, and it'll become like its own Mandela effect, man. Maybe that's what they were going for. But brilliant. If so, good for you guys. But you're like, yeah, that's what we thought, douche. Yeah. So interesting concept, if true. But yes. Yeah, and then rows of teeth. Some have rows of teeth, some don't. Some depictions of them have rows of teeth, some don't. So yeah. So it makes it more difficult to pin down. And guys, as you hopefully know, Zombie Daily is where you should go to check out daily zombie art posted. Why? Daily, of course. All of the information you need is in the title. And that's what that entire page does. Gives you new zombie art content every single day. You'll never guess what's coming next. It's always a surprise. And it's always fun to speculate on, maybe even bet on. That brings us to our sponsor, Douche. Imagine? No, that's awful. There. How about that? Yeah, you know what? That's pretty good. I like that. I like this. Ambiguosity. Ambiguosity. You know what? When I pull the trigger on this, when I pull the trigger on my 9, when I pull the trigger on this, it'll be the first. It'll be the first wash, right? The first gray wash, and then what will run interference while that dries is doing these Heads of the Living Dead. They're back, baby. I haven't done these in, I think, over a year. And now that I'm doing them again, man, am I ever, totally, really doing my best on these. I remember some of the ones I did, they wouldn't win any prizes, man. They weren't all gold, man. Some of them I just cranked out, man. I'll admit that. I don't know why, particularly, but I just felt that they were awful. I felt like my heart wasn't in it anymore for them, and I was just cranking out cheap, garbage. To me anyway. Yeah. Now that I'm doing these, they're way, way, way more detailed and careful and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm putting a lot more into them. And, yeah, man. 1,520 was the last count of those. So, 1,500 Heads of the Living Dead. I'm telling you, man, the zombie apocalypse starts here. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Truths. Indeed. Sorry for the delay, guys. Also, wanted to apologize for that. Hey, thank you, Nat. Thanks for hopping on. Sorry, I just realized I should check chat and check it out. Happy New Year, you filthy animal. Back at you, man. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you're digging the absolute Joker zombie. And having a great evening, man. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the help getting back on the air. Back on the air. Yes. Yeah, that's you know what, man? I like that. He even has a more Joker-ish, the Joker from the King's Court type of thing, where they have the funny hat. That almost looks like that. I didn't even really realize that until now. Now I'm like, hey, you put some bells on there, that's the total thing, right? But there's no bells, but it looks like that. That's awesome. I like that. Yeah. So, I'm gonna get back to that reality there. So cool. So very, very cool. Who says that again? So cool, so bad. Was that from the Doors? So cool. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, who said that? I can't remember now. References. Reference eyes. You are so good, Jimori-san. So yeah, sort of rotting tongue. Yeah, more symbology in there. A rotting tongue, symbology, folks. Well, come to me, little grandma, and this hip bone, showing. Hip bone showing, hip bone showing. Yeah, in there. And he's very vascular, right? He's got tons of veins and things. Yes. I'm surprised more people don't try to compare him to Venom, or have they? I don't know. Not that he particularly, looks like him or anything, but there are a lot of similarities, and I'm surprised people didn't get on the you know, crapping on it bandwagon because of that. Because that's the world we live in. Yeah. uh, that is a big, big money market, man. Hating stuff. Oh my goodness. You know what, too? Literally coming from, the era I was born in. Uh, like, literally coming from that, is, is crazy. I'm getting my absolute Joker cover CGC graded, bro. Really? Ain't good. All right. Well, we have I have a reading copy we could throw around if you want, and you can get that one graded. Yeah, 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 for sure. You know what? I think the ability to invest in it now is possibly over, um, and it may not come back until maybe the 20s, mid 20s, and 30s of that comic, um, because everybody's in on it now, right? Everybody's got their copy, man, and they make, you know a little more than demand, right? To satisfy what they know is going to be more demand in a month, from more people who hear about it and stuff like that. So yeah, you're not going to be hurting for issues as much as the first ones. Holy cow, man! And there was a time I could have bought like 10 cover price from a store, and they're like, "Yeah, we over ordered," and I'm like, "Oh, okay," but I did buy another one though. I thought, I'll buy another one, and then I got a second print, and I'm surprised the second print didn't go up in price, because you think that would be high on the list too, just the regular second print. And maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't really checked, but it's fun to kind of check to see what your comics are worth, and yeah, man, seeing the covers, you get to see the alt covers for all of the books that come out too, because that's on that app, I guess, as well, right? They show all the covers and for each issue. So yeah, you get to really see and pick, right, for your pull list. Which cover you want. You know what I'm talking about, you nerds. Yeah, nerds. You. I think that's pretty tight. I think that's pretty tight. I think I can. You know what? And this too, I wanted to be sort of ambiguous. Because again, like it's not any almost creatures. It's close to other creatures' sort of hind legs, I guess, like maybe a rabbit or something. I don't know, but yeah, they're more misshapen, you know, and his feet, like who knows what they are, man, like claw dagger things. Yeah, maybe he's like some kind of ultra deadite, you know. I don't know, man. Yeah. But crazy, crazy stories, man. Like crazy. I've been loving Absolute Batman right from the beginning, and I'm really glad I decided to pick it up. Like I was like, kind of on the fence, and I really love the art. Like I really love Dragota's art. You know, has that beautiful simplicity and boldness. You know. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be doing a program very soon. In fact, ASAP, where I'm going to be going through catalogs, the Marvel and DC catalogs, and giving you my opinion on art, the artists, and the books coming out, and whether or not I'm even going to get, whether or not I'm going to get them, buy those, and so on. So stay tuned for that. That ought to be a lot of fun. So I think I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming it or pre-recording. I'm not sure. But that will be happening very soon, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. Then you can see what artists I hate. Yeah. I don't hate anything, but not a fan of. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You talking to me? Yeah. And I'll give you my reasonings. I'm not just gonna say that person sucks. Let's move on. No, I'll tell you why I don't enjoy their work. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You know. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to be able to. You have to be able to. You know what, man? Being a specific zombie guy, like you kind of, it's a built-in alienation of your work just because of the subject, right? So, yeah, you get used to like people not enjoying your stuff or whatever for whatever reason. Like, oh, it's too angular for me or whatever, man. Like those are personal preferences, right? So, yeah. There's a lot of, like, highly revered artists that are amazing that I just don't like their style. And, I obviously respect them, right? I obviously respect their work. But I'm not really fond of it. And they're very highly regarded, right? And even European artists that I mostly highly enjoy, there's some of those individuals too, like those heavy metal type guys that do that kind of stuff. Some of those guys I don't like, and they're really like talented dudes, really talented individuals. But yeah, their art just doesn't jive with me, And more's the pity. See, and this is like a subtraction, right? You take an area out, so you use your erasure, and you do that, and then you could create, things on top of stuff. Yeah. So guys, if you want to see this entirely finished, nicely scanned and finished, head over to Zombie Daily. The link is in the description below. Hi there, I'm Rob Zucchetto. You're in the studio, the Zombie Studio. But yes, check out Zombie Daily daily for new zombie art. It's where all the art that I do here and elsewhere goes for your viewing pleasure. You never know what's going to be on there next. You never know what I'm going to post next. Could be anything. A zombie pinup girl, zombie Batman, zombie Pokemon, zombie dinosaur, zombie kaiju. Yeah, it's endless. I did the zombie alphabet. It's all on there too. Yeah, I did zombie fonts, like the entire zombie alphabet. Entire alphabet as zombies. Let me get one thing clear. All right, here we go with. I'm gonna do now the gray wash. Yeah, and he's very pasty. He's very pasty. Oh, and by the way, here's the rough. Here's the rough that I did based on the reference I had on the screen. So this is the rough, and I used this rough to put that on the light table, traced it, tightened it up some more off the table, put in where the black areas are going to go, and that's why this is a lot more refined, because I actually, did a rough. I didn't do, the rough and then, work it until it's finished. I was able to do a clean version with this, right? So yeah, an extra part of the process, but man, like mega worth it, especially for a character like this that you've never done before, is rather complex in the selling of. Yeah, man, like it's it's one of them things. It's one of those things. Yeah. What's this? What's this? Watercolor. Blah 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 blah. Oh, it's blue. I thought it was white. Where's my white? Oof. Where is my white? Where is my douche? But no, seriously. Says, hope you're not looking at my armpit. But, where is my white though? Come on now. What? I had white. This is that's the blue again. Douche. Okay, come on now. Okay, well this I gotta use this. No, I had a tube, another tub or tube of white. Now I gotta like pry open an old, crusty old tube. It's true. Look at me. It's like scrounging around for cigarette butts. Gonna smoke those butts? Wow. But this is what I mean, man. I'm getting every ounce of what I paid for. So yes, if you want to help Zombie Daily become more proficient and perhaps a little bit able to purchase finer art supplies, that's what my Patreon is for. That's what Zombie Daily is for. Check out Zombie Daily, and if you want to support if you want to support the page, and you know, I can get better art supplies, man. And it's true, $2 a month, $2 a month. $2 a month is all I could ever ask for. And if you have the ways and means, please do help. Because here's the thing: this is what happens. The money, the funds from Zombie Daily go directly to purchase art supplies to create more art for Zombie Daily. So you're in charge. You're the ones in charge. Yes, you are the ones. Yeah, and so what happens too is, you know, that those funds are released every month, and I can then, you know, do a little art supply run, right? But I always do the dollar store first and get as much good stuff as I can there first, and then if there's anything left over, if there's anything left over, I'll see what's going on at Staples, and because sometimes they have really good deals on those types of pens, too. So yeah, I'll pop in there, and they're close by too. They're close by? Yes, they're close by. Yeah. So yes, and that's how. And then sometimes I'll pick up something exotic, or not like expensive, but just different or weird, like these that I've never used before, like these acrylic Sharpie things. Yeah, and I've used, like, obviously if you've watched the channel before, you'll know that, yeah, I've used those a lot, and other ones as well, you know, for different things. They go right on top of anything, you know, with a nice bright color. So, man, they come in handy sometimes, man. Oh, damn it. They come in handy sometimes, you know. Yeah. For a highlight, or, you know, whatever. But yeah. So that, you know, if you guys can, that would be wonderful. That, but you know, I'd really appreciate that. Also, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be utterly terrific. You know, that would be just wonderful. And if you could, you know, like some videos, comment on some. You know, if you have any comments or questions, that'd be great. Interaction is, you know, I love that. You know. So if you guys want to interact in any way, speaking of which, I gotta check my chat. Yeah, this here. Check my chat. I'm getting my okay. So let's check it. There we go. Okay, so check this out, guys. This is awesome. I really like this. Yeah, I really do. So, yeah, I think this. Now, I hope I don't screw it up. Looks good now, but who knows? The night is young, we. The night is young, we. Yeah. But hey, you know, I think there's even a, well, no, there is one. There is a statue. There's a statue, an absolute Joker statue already, which is, I don't think it's AI. I think it's an actual statue that was made. I can't remember the details, but it looks pretty cool. And I almost used that as the reference, but I'm like, no, you know what? I kind of want to show his whole body, and not that didn't show his whole body. It was just the angle. And there's something weird about his head too, I thought, but whatever. So yeah, but I almost used that sculpture as reference. But again, it wasn't complete enough. Like I couldn't. Again, it didn't seem like the one I'd seen in the comic. I wanted to stay closer to that. So anyway, yeah, like I said, like 10, maybe 10 sources of reference for this. To come to this finally, to go, okay, I've seen this enough for it to seem to be um, canon, type of thing. Yeah. Then who knows? He's a shapeshifter, right? So I guess because yeah, like he has the human form and all that. We've seen that and all that, right? But yeah, it's good. It's good that they want to keep it. They want to keep it mysterious, man. I love that. I love it. There. So that's a nice sort of base. And you know what? In some cases, it might even be what's there because he's pretty white. Like he's chalky, and I think he's just got the sort of green, those weird like Godzilla back plates, and then the horns are sort of green too, right? Yeah, and then this is red. Yeah, the horns are kind of greenish, I think, right? Did I write that down? No, I didn't. Didn't. I just thought I'd remember. You know how your mind plays tricks on you? You're like, oh yeah, like I'll remember that. And then when you try to remember it, you forget. But as soon as you stop trying to remember it, then you remember. It's true. There. Some lives, some programming, We're just working out the nuts and bolts of it right now. Yeah, and we'll have some wonderful new things for you to see and experience. Yeah, yeah. So there, and yeah. So that was the rough. That was the rough. For that, you know. Yeah. So I was looking at all these different versions of him, and going, okay, I'm just gonna do a base, head here, just like a weird wide top, and then I'm gonna try to end off with the hip bone sticking out, and then those wicked legs. I'm like, I hope I get that right the first time, and I did, So, and then I'm like, I hope I get that right, for this, and I did, and I was like, oh, that's great, and then the shoulder up, bicep here, forearm coming at you, that kind of action, like that. I love that bend, that nice soft bend in there, and then I'm gonna put some. Well, here we go. Look at this. I'm gonna put some shadow in there. This is gonna be blackened in. There's a shadow up in there. Yeah. So yes. Art. What? So back to the. I'm gonna let this dry for a few moments. Okay. And then I'm gonna get to this. Now check this out. 1,520 of these Heads of the Living Dead at the last count, and yeah. So yeah, I'm back, baby. I'm doing these again. I haven't done one for I think over a year. And so I needed a break, man. I needed a break. Like I said, those last ones were pretty. I'd go through phases where it was like I was just spitting them out. They were awful. They were awful. Yeah. At least to me they were, you know, like not all of them were gold, you know. Yeah. So, but you could tell my heart wasn't in it, right? You know, I was like, just going through the motions almost. And the whole idea was to create a series that was, you know, everything was so different because like no two zombies are alike. My whole thing was like zombies are like snowflakes. No two are ever alike, right? So I wanted to prove that by drawing an endless amount of zombies that are never alike, right? You know, so, and I thought, I think these are maybe starting to look alike. And I almost got afraid of that because I was so disinterested in doing anymore. You know? So I was just on autopilot, I guess. You know? That's awful to admit, but it's true. And whether they turned out great or awful, I don't know. Like, I don't know which is which. I don't know which one I've done when that almost disregarding any kind of respect for it anymore, you know. So you go through that and then you look at it and go, that's awful. Like maybe people will notice, maybe they won't. I don't know, you know. But it was just really half-assed, I think, on my part. I think. Yeah. But then, because you do, you know, you're just kind of doing it to do it, and like, you know, I had Zombie Daily to do, and I was like, well, I need content to patch up, you know, between all the really good stuff, you know, because everything can't be gold. Like I can't do like a zombie Joker every single day. I don't have time to do. Well, maybe I could. Yeah, I could do that, but I would do the same thing where I'd go like, I'm gonna do 50 of them first to get started, and then give myself time, you know, to start doing them every day, or build a queue, you know, of stuff that's in the can, right? So yeah, sometimes it was hard to maintain that pace. God help me. I did it for love. Excuse me. Oh my god, that's good. It's dry heat, Sarge. Crazy 1500. Crazy 1500. What you talking about? What the heck do you mean? I'm not going to debate you, Jerry. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen Fargo in a while. You know what? The first time I saw Fargo, it was on a portable black and white television. Yeah, this big. Like the television was this big. But the screen was smaller, right? And I watched it with 3 of my buddies. They were like, "Oh, you gotta watch this movie. We'll watch it with you again. Like we'll watch it again, and you know, with you type of thing." And they're kind of trying to explain it, but not give it away. And yeah, so we ended up watching it. I was like, "Wow, what a great experience watching it!" Kind of like that too. That was really interesting watching it in that format on a black and white television, in black and white, obviously. Fargo in black and white, you know, was really cool, you know. So anyway, that was an interesting memory, but what a great movie, right? So yeah. Haven't watched it in a while, but man, I was. I think it's due. I think it's due for another watching. Squanching. Yeah. This guy. This guy, I was like thinking of that dude from RoboCop who gets covered in sludge. That he's like instantly mutated. And he's like rotting and stuff. Ah, help me! And then he becomes dashboard paste, man. He blows up like a cantaloupe, like a rotten cantaloupe, man. Bah. Yeah. He's all his fingers are melting off his bones. Yeah, help me. Uh, uh, yeah. Uh, 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 okay. Okay, that's enough. Oh. All right. There. Well, I'm gonna have to. I think I'll have to hotspot those a bit because they're a little dull. They're a little dull. You're a little dull. There. It's much nicer. I'm gonna have to get back to this crazy 1500 question. Get back to real time. Real time, real time. Yeah, there. How about that? Get up on that. Guys, I hope you've been having a great new year so far. And if not, it will get better. I promise. I promise. Yeah, me. You. Yeah, me. I promise. Just watch more of my live streams, man. If you subscribe, you can suggest any subject matter for me to zombify character. So if you suggest something, I might get to it. I might not. If you like do a custom request, contact me through Zombie Portraits, or you could contact me at Zombie Daily too. I'm not hard to find, man. Right? So if you even here, you can contact me here. And yes, I will do custom arts. I love doing that for people. And I know a lot of established artists kind of look down on that, and because of, oh, you're doing things for one person, and it's kind of, I don't know, they kind of look down on that, like, all of your stuff should be original and this, that, the other thing, right? So they look down on kind of doing that operating that way as an artist, I guess, So maybe it disqualifies you from the artist club or something type of thing. But I love doing it. I'm never going to stop doing it. I'm an illustrator, comic book sort of guy at heart. So of course, right? I'm gonna want to draw things that are fun. And yeah, man, I'll do serious art when I feel like doing serious art. That time hasn't come yet. Like, that time will perhaps come one day, where it's like I do art that's like commentary, or like, let's face it, everything that you do, everything that you draw, has aspects of you in it, right? Like, all of your experiences are fueling that creativity, that vision, that perception, everything, right? Everything. So, you know, yeah, like it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. Sorry, I was concentrating on this head. I kind of got off topic there, but yes. Yeah, talking about doing customs, I guess, right? So, yeah, I guess I guess you're not a real you can't be a real artist if you do stuff like that. I guess to some. I don't know. I don't know how that works. It doesn't really matter. If you can get over doing the things you love, really try doing that, man. Um, yeah, I mean, do it smartly. Don't don't jeopardize your life. You know, I mean, I hope I don't have to explain that, but yeah, like obviously, and there's lots of ways to do that too, right? There's festivals all the time that you can sort of sell, have a table and see what the reception is to your work and things like that. If you want to be that kind of artist, right? So and then there's all sorts of publishing ways to publish things now, and obviously digitally too, and ways to promote your work, right? So yeah, if you have the tenacity and can accept the fact that it's not always a romantic endeavor. There's a lot of you know pain and agony in there too. So it's not always smiles and sunshine. if that's gonna be your total thing, but again, like I'm just speaking for me. Like a lot of other artists are far more popular and that than I am. So I'm sure it's a lot different for them, right? But yeah, man, like starting out as an artist, like thinking that you could, you know, do everything just from your art was like impossible. Like just what? Like that's not a thing, you know. Um, you'd have to work for somebody and this, that, the other thing. So, um, yeah, yeah. So very fortunate. I am to have uh, an incredible fan base over the years. 10,000 zombie portraits, man, and counting. Like that's craziness, man. You know. So yeah. It's I never sort of take my thing for granted, man. I'm super thankful for you know individuals like yourself that have subscribed to the channel and watched the channel and enjoy the the content and that and like watch me doodle watching me do stuff, um, creating a massive zombie art database, you know. Yeah, I love having y'all come in and keep me company, man. It's awesome. Your support and interest mean everything to me, guys. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Um, Joshua Mario. I did, I did. No, I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm gonna go back to my things here. So yes, I'm finishing up a couple of Heads of the Living Dead, of which I have not done, as I mentioned, in over a year. And they used to be the bread and butter of Zombie Daily. They were like one of the original Zombie Daily features, art series, and yeah, man, I have over 1,500 of them. You know, I've drawn 1,500 of them. But, you know, like I said, I got bored of them, really, and I said I had to get away from it. And now that I've, you know, started doing them again, I'm really excited and happy to be doing them. You know, I've got a lot of new ideas and stuff, and where I was like, before, I was like, okay, I got nothing left in the tank, man. You know, but you give stuff a little bit of time, and you have a different perspective. You know. So yeah, like if you want to carry on a series like this, which again, this is crazy. If you want to see something nuts, This is the template. This is the template. Now this is like years of tape that I've used to like put the what do you call it, watercolor paper on top on the light table. I would tape it somewhere. And this is all tape, like it's all super hard now. It's almost bulletproof. But yeah, this is the template to which all 1,500 Heads of the Living Dead came from. Yeah, man, isn't that nuts? So it's like I don't have to think about anything. I can just, you know, use that as the rough size and blah blah blah. Right, make it a lot easier. So yeah. You gotta think of these things. It's true. It's true. You gotta think of those things, right? It just makes it go faster. It just makes it go faster. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's see how. Oh, look at that. Should be ready for the next couple of washes. In fact, I think he's probably ready for all of the next washes put together. I have to get up and pull my pants up. There we go. Beep, boop, boop. I think, okay, there's a bit of green on the green. But what I'm going to do first, I think, is add the sort of blue shadow. The blue shadow. I will create a whole army of shadows, Spider-Man. I will create a whole army of shadows, Spider-Man. And I'm gonna go in there. See, y'all see what I'm doing? Y'all see what I'm doing here? I'm doing this and getting some shadow in there. Huh. All along he was a paper tiger. That is great. Like the Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man background, like score music. soundtrack is awesome to do art to. Yeah, to draw to. It's so jazzy and like, there's like blares and all like it's everything, right? There's so much stuff in there. So yeah, it really keeps you sort of like internally bumping, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I love it. There's got to be a rapper out there that has used samples of, or a DJ out there, or someone that has run samples of those Spider-Man tracks, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Do 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 do. Yeah. Do 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 do. It's true, man. I'm in debt with my money and I'm hooked on chronic. There. That's much more lit, I want to say. Yeah, much more lit with lighting. And, yeah, the lights kind of coming down on them. And that's gonna be mostly dark, of some kind of dark. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty solid black, but there will be some, salt and pepper in there. Salt and pepper in there. As I probably will keep the tail. Well, yeah, you know what? Because of simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep the tail, I think, like that until it gets up there. Then you can see it. But back there, if I start putting in a ton of detail, it's going to really detract from the two other layers above it, the leg and the hand, right? So if I start, noodling in a bunch of detail, maybe I can imply some stuff. Imply or implode. I can imply some stuff, but yeah, nothing too distracting. Nothing too distracting. And that's too distracting right there, in fact. Yeah, that's better. That's better. All right, so that's, I really like that. That's good. There needs to be separation. There needs to be separation between the areas for clarity, because yeah, there's a lot of stuff that ain't too clear in this in this guy. Yeah, and I think that's intentional. As I mentioned earlier, I think that they did a good, whether they were conscious of that or not, they're doing a good job of keeping the even Batman, like, yeah, man, there's like already like different artist renditions of the absolute Batman, which like I said in my last in my live stream with me doing the zombie Batman, same thing. It was very hard to pin him down, So yeah, I thought anyway. I thought it was difficult, See, that's the thing. Like, maybe other artists are laughing at me right now, going, this guy's so dumb." And like, I just do things the way I do things, but there's like it's like a billion ways faster the way they do things, or better, or whatever. and like I'm still using cave tools or something, or just even the way I do things. So yeah. Anyway, but I don't know. I love doing my work. Even if I'm dumb about it. I like the results. I like the results. So, and I so enjoy doing it. It's so. You imagine the therapy I need in congruency with the art, the amount of art that I do. Oh man, this guy needs some heavy duty. Yeah. Rob. Rob. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There. Yeah. Yeah, I really like this, man. I really like this, man. I really like this, man. There. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think it's pretty good. Uh, so far. Kind of an alien-ish tail there because you can see his vertebrains. Vertebrains. Vertebrain cereal. Yeah. There. Okay. All right. That's enough. That is enough. Um. Okay. That. Oh, phew. I was like, what color is that? I hope it's green. It is. And now for a little bit of yeller in that green. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. That's too much. Douche. Okay. I like that green. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I like it. But you know what? I'm going to exercise some restraint and not put it anywhere else. That's all. That's all he's got. And then the back plates, I think, are a little darker. I think they're a little darker. But they're green as well. And then that red, super red, grin. Oh, I'm gonna check the chat. Oh, it's cool, but it's just like, wow, where did that come from? And I love that. You know what? I really love that. I really love the DC. Literally, with no pun intended, went all in with their shakeup of the Batman stuff. Like, I've never seen that before. Like, that was really good. Like, you think you'd seen every universe or every type of Batman there is, because man, they haven't done that. So I mean, having that, and such a great story. Like, that's a great story, man. Yeah. So, but now I'm going to put some color in those cheeks. I'm gonna put some color in those horns. It's gonna be sort of a brown gray. But yeah, I like how I like how I did that. I like how I actually and quite by accident made his horns look like the jesters of old. with their floppy, like you could see if there was bells at the end of these, you'd go, wow, like that's a total, Joker jester's type of hat, you know? And even having those like ridges in there, depicting the checkered, portions of the hat design fabric, also adding that symbolism, and I didn't realize I had done that until I kind of looked back from it, and I was like, it looks like, those jester's hats, so yeah, win. Yes, and I meant to do that entirely. You know what? Who knows? Maybe I did. And I just did it without thinking. That's possible. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's possible. Um, but yeah, you wonder how things are done, even when you're doing them. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and I like that color. I think that works. I think it should be a little darker at the end, though. Yeah, that's a nice earthy sort of color. There. Yeah. Mignola's got to do his version, man. That'd be wild. I want to do another version. I definitely want to do another version already. Like, yeah. Yeah, I know those are supposed to be green, but there. Green, but man, there. That looks, wow. I love that. Watch. Now, this is the thing. This is the huge thing. This is what's going to make the whole thing. This is what's going to do the whole thing. All right. Yeah, that really, makes it like unmistakably the Joker. You know what I mean? Yeah, it yeah, regardless of anything going around it. Yeah, yeah, that is like unmistakably the Joker, and even pulling off the uh, zombification of the absolute Joker. That's a tough nut to crack. I think, man. Like that's a tough nut to crack. So, I don't know. It was hard for me. It wasn't that easy. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I was kind of just uh, worried that I wouldn't have enough information to to sell him, to sell his image, because I didn't know what people's perception of him was because of all the art that had been released. You know what I mean? So it was really difficult. Like, man, if the character's been around for like 50 years, okay, there's a bunch of different iterations, but you could pick a time period where, everybody knew that Joker, whatever, and this, that, the other thing. But, like, this is brand new, to to do a version of that character this early in the game, is difficult because it's not as established, right? So yeah, that was the thing. That was the big thing for me. I was worried about, getting him right, because I was really excited to do, and I am excited to do him still because he's not done yet. But yeah, like I was really excited to do him, but maybe just as frightened. Yeah. Oh, there's some great like horn detail. Oh, I can't wait to get to that. Okay, that's good. So there, I'm just gonna give it a little bit more depth, and with that, he jumped out the window. And with that, I'm gonna use a little bit of this, and I'm going to put that maybe here. Add some little details in there that can be seen. I have to fix that, but I'm just going to cover it and then fix it after I cover it. Yeah, there's a little... I made a little boo-boo. Are those Labubu's still popular? Poplar? Are those Labubu's still made of poplar? Oh, douche. There. Just little spatterings here and there. And then some, that adds definition, right? My definition is this. My definition. Canadian rap, man. Canadian rap. Canadian hip hop, man. Top notch, man. Top notch. Yeah, that is some good stuff. That's some good gravy. That's some good gravy, Davy. There. Even better. Okay, so that has to dry a little bit. We'll get back to, and perhaps even finish, a few of those heads of the living dead. 1,500 of those guys. Yes. Over 1,500 of those heads of the living dead. So yes, we'll get back to this post haste, because man, I really want to get those inks in there. And man, that looks great. I like it. I can see it from here, from that weird angle, and I actually go, oh, it's pretty cool, Oh man, I could use another pot of that right now. Oh, you know what? I could start inking the bottom. Yeah, I'll start inking the bottom. Okay. Here we go. Fun times. We'll get in there a little bit. Get in there. Over here. Do it. Yeah. Okay, there. Alright? Alright. Now, this is my Tombow. I love my Tombow. It's got a nice tip there. And again, like, I'm just gonna be making stuff up kind of as I go, because that's what it looks like here, folks. So that's what we're gonna do. Play it by ear, but adhere to a little bit of a structure, and texture similarities and things like that. Keeping that in mind, clarity, man, is very important with this guy. Sounded like I was narrating Shark Week there for a second. What the hell did I even just say? Clarity is the most important thing with this guy. No, that didn't even sound as cheesy. Cheese white. Yeah, I really love that. The foot with the veins, and the foot with the veins, and the hiving, the foot with the veins and the bones and the intertwinings. Yeah, I love that. That's great. Yeah. And then up into the calf, or so it appears. I did really kind of make stuff up. I think I don't think I stuck to the specific leg joint configuration. Maybe I did. I don't think I could have made that up. That looks pretty solid. I think that looks pretty good. So I probably did use the reference clearly there, because those are great. I like those feet. Yeah, the legs and the feet. I like them. So yeah, but another vein there, and yeah, I'm digging it. I hope you guys are digging this. Causing an alarm, creating crazy comic book zombies. Yeah, the DC universe, the DC Absolute Universe, man, pretty cool. Yeah. I didn't get into Green Lantern or whom else. I bought Martian Manhunter #1, but I don't think I bought any other ones. Maybe two. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it with that one either. And you know what? I out of Wonder Woman and Superman, I liked Wonder Woman better. So I had to ditch Superman, because I'm like, man, comics are too expensive, man. There's way too much, way too much. So I had to ditch a couple things. It's getting out of hand, man. And then it's like, oh yeah, there's 3 of these a month, Yeah, and then there's oh, it's a special, so this is $9.99 now, So you're like, what the hell? Yeah, so when you get what was I at? I'm too embarrassed to even say what I was at. I couldn't even tell you. Well, no, I don't want to tell you. It's embarrassing, but I'm not. But I got better. But it was the, you know what? I needed to trim fat though. I really did. Like there's a lot of stuff that, yeah, I didn't necessarily like. Yeah, and I can tell you what that one is right now, and that was the last Daredevil run. Oh, that was awful. It was awful, man. Yeah, and I was like, I know this is ending. I'll just get 29 and 30 or whatever, and yeah, like just to, and those were the worst. I think they even recycled a cover that had nothing to do with the inside. Like that whole storyline ended in the issue before, but like they probably thought, who cares? Like nobody's reading this anyway, so we'll use the cover that we'll use the wrong cover, whatever, man. We've got a cover, so let's use it even if it doesn't make sense. So yeah, it was awful, and then the art was like, it was getting rotten, man. And Ramita Jr. was doing the covers. They were bad. Wow. Yeah, they stunk. They were awful. And there you go. There's an insight into the new feature that I'm going to be doing on the channel very soon. In fact, going through the Marvel and DC catalogs each month, and talking about which comics I like, don't like, artists I like, don't like, which titles might I might get or will get, what my pull list is going to be like that week, why I like these artists, things of that nature. Yeah, man. So we'll go through the catalog kind of briskly, and we'll talk about. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a live stream of that, but maybe that might work. We'll see. But it will be scheduled because twice a month. Once for Marvel and once for DC. For their previews catalog. And we'll look into that, man. We'll look into some art and artists. That'll be fun. Then you can go, I hate you now because you don't like that artist or something. I hate you now because of that thing that you did that one times. Yeah, we all have opinions on art and artists and everything, right? So that's what makes us humming. That's what makes us human. There. Oh man, that's coming along great. What do you guys think? Uh. All right. Yeah, this is great. I'm loving this, man. This is coming along fantastically. I think. Zombie Absolute Joker. Absolute Zombie Joker. Absolute Zombie Joker. Douche. Right in the douche. There. Wow. This is really taking shape and form. Taking shape and form. Wow, yeah, that's really okay. I'm digging this, man. I'm really digging this. Yeah, and I love this Tombow pen. Working on this surface. It's really nice, really nice. It's soft. It's soft. Yeah. Man, I'm really digging this. It's kind of like a creature that Conan would fight in like yeah, like in some kind of crazy Atlantean or whatever, like some weird, some weird place on Earth where there's these weird creatures and customs and magic and all kinds of stuff like that, right? You'd see a creature maybe like this that Conan has to fight, you know. John Bushima's drawing it. Wow, he was awesome. He was awesome, man. Oh my goodness. So fluid. So cool. So cool. Yeah. Wow. What do you guys think? Holla if you hear me. There we go. Wow. I shaved crappily. I couldn't handle it, man. My hair was so gross, and but yeah, I still have those little mustachy hairs that go up into my nose and itch it. Itch it. They itch it. Yeah. Okay. Get up on that. Yeah. How about this? Yeah. Almost like that again. Ernie Chan inking. You know, a lot of that kind of nice round. The rendering in the round areas. You know, to make them look full. You know, and that fluid foreshortening of the legs and stuff that Bushima did so like remarkably well. Like it just like a little swish line, man. And like it describes the depth and proportion of the leg. You know, yeah. Yeah, all of that information, and I mean that. And guys, when you look at it, really, here's the thing, right? If you hadn't noticed, and sometimes you know what, man, it took me a while to figure it out too. But comic art is, really, really like the simplifying of life, right? Or like life drawings, like the simplification of that to try to sell as much of the image as you can with as few lines as you can, you know. So that's the sort of hidden concept behind comic book art, and I mean that was sort of the genesis of it anyway. It's since become far more than that, but in the early stages of its existence, that was the demand because deadlines, right? Too, and size of paper and so many other factors being a factor, right? So many other things, being part of the reason why the art had to look like that, you know, and did look like that, right? But then you had your masters, right? Like Kirby, Sinnott, um, Bushima, and like all those guys, Kane, um, oh my God. Yeah. What's his name? For goodness sakes. He's got the two brothers. Kubert. Kubert. Andy and Adam Kubert. There's Joe Kubert. Yeah, Gil Kane, of course. Carmen Infantino. Boy. So many. Ramona Fradden. I don't know if she did as much. I wish she did more. I loved her work so much, Ramona Fradon. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. Metal Men and Doom Patrol, I think, or like either or both, and then especially on a cover, like covers and stuff. But yeah, oh man, her art was great. I think even did she even do a Teen Titans cover? I think she may have done that too. But yeah, anyway, I loved her art. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a sucker for that Bronze Age, stuff. I love that stuff. I love that Bronze Age comic book. To me, it's gold. I love that. Any Marvel comic with a 20 cent, in good shape, a 20 cent Marvel comic of any kind. I don't care what it is. Like, it could be a romance, western, reprint, whatever. A horror, the horror ones they had back then. I don't care what it is. Like, I'm a sucker for that, man. Yeah, that is the best. For me, yeah, I love that. I love that era. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Okay, we're doing the zombie absolute Joker. And this is absolutely crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this. And I'm doing it live. Live. Guys, you got to check out Zombie Daily every day for new zombie art content. You will be surprised at how much zombie artwork is there on that page. It's incredible. It blows my mind sometimes too. Yeah, there's zombie art added every single day, guys, and today was no exception. Check it out. And it coincides with this drawing I'm doing right now. So check out Zombie Daily. The link is in the description below this video. And yes, you can see and even bet on new zombie art being added every single day. I say that because I'm so disgusted with so many, like, gambling ads. It's unreal, man. Oh, there's gotta be a limit to how much you can advertise something, man. Like, that's worse than smoking to some people. Yeah. Anyway, what do I know? I'm just some country fried artist. Yeah. There. Okay, so yes, this looks great. I really like it. Um, wow, I'm really happy with it. I'm really, really happy with it. I was really worried about it, man. I was really, as I said, I was very apprehensive because I wanted to get him right. I couldn't find any real solid reference, you know. So yeah, it was like eep. So, but yes, he does look like the ultimate. Yes, it's Freudian slip there. Like the absolute Joker for sure. Anybody who knows that Joker, I think, would recognize this easily as, But that's the thing too. Like, you do this and you kind of post on your socials and go, hey, look at my drawing, and you wonder if people are even going to know who it is because they've never heard of this absolute Joker before. So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things. But Absolute Batman, I think, is getting buzz. I think Absolute Batman is getting buzz somehow. Like, because when I type in, if I wanted to use zombie Joker or sorry, Absolute Joker as a hashtag, it doesn't come up as a very popular hashtag, whereas Zombie Batman does, yeah, like big time. Yeah, in the triple digit thousands, I think. Yeah, and the Joker only came up like 1,000 plus. It said. So it's weird how the Joker, maybe hasn't been seen or talked about to a lot of people, right? So, yeah, there's that. In showing the artwork and having to explain it, I might have to explain it more than I think, Yeah. But that's fine. That's fine. But that's fine. Now, I think to really pull it off, I think the eyes have to almost be oval like that. And then dark around. Very dark. Yeah. You guys see what I'm doing? Yeah? Yeah? Spikes. He's got those thorns around his head. Well, as his head, actually. Man, I'm kind of taking a lot of liberties with this, I think, but at the same time, I do believe it's fairly accurate, But I'm just kind of maybe biseling it up a little bit, like making him a really huge. Well, no, you know what? He's kind of like this, right? He's kind of like this, and but I'm putting the holes and all the weird, like things in him too, because he is a zombie, right? And like the nose is all rotting and that kind of stuff as well, And there's all kinds of sort of tumors and wrinkles and yeah, that Frank Quitely, and that was the name I was trying to remember the other night. Frank Quitely. I love his art, and he did All Star Superman, the first All Star Superman. I think there's only one. Yeah, I love his work. Another Brit, I believe. So yeah, I love them Brits, man. Love them Brits. They're great. They're great artists, man. Brian Bolland. Well, Bisley, I would say. I mean, I think he's Scottish or something, but from that kind of area. Oh my goodness, so many. Alan Davis. Oh my goodness, like a billion artists that I love. All Brits, man. Yeah. And then, there's, it's like, oh, okay, then you have Argentinian artists like that Ernie Chua and Sergio Gonzalez and, oh my goodness, so very many artists that, did Vampirella and other EC stuff. Oh, wow. Man, list goes on. I love so many artists. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Ugh. There. Wow, that looks great. Hope you guys are digging this, man. Yeah, I hope you guys are digging this. Zombie Absolute Joker. Now I'm doing the spinal column. And fixing it as I go because I screwed it up first time. But now I fixed it. I fixed it. And I think it's good to go. Yeah, there's tendons in there. There's all kinds of muscle, ligaments, and things of that nature. But showing it, um, showing it through the tail is a good idea. You know, yeah. Sorry, I kind of went into a fugue state there. So I'm adding these sort of scaly remnants of his tail that has it looks like it's just fallen off or fallen apart, rotted off, something, because it maybe is the least resilient of his body parts, you know. And again, like, who knows what state he's in? He might be able to, like, come out of this somehow because of the nature of what he is. Because I don't know what he is. You know, I'm just to me, this is a zombie absolute joker that somehow died and has come back to life. I think. That's his story, and yeah, like I think anyway, like through some sort of curse maybe, or I don't know, but like he's dead, in canon, in the canon of this drawing, he's dead and he came back through some means. Not scientific. Perhaps. See, I don't know. I don't know how far DC's gone into magic and stuff like that yet. And I don't know if this Joker is like something that could never happen. Or is he an alien or what? Like, what is he? He's probably not an alien, but he's definitely something. Like, he's a creature. He's either evolved into it, no, or something that never existed before. So yeah, I don't know. You have to figure that out and then go, how would that come back to life? After it was killed. If it even could be. That could be the part of its own resurrection. Resurrection. Yeah, adding those sort of ribbed sort of areas in there. You have to really look and see what you've put in there so that it's sort of correct. And I'm going to kind of wave his hair in there. I'm going to kind of wave his hair in there. There. He's definitely gonna have like mouth. Now his tongue is gonna be rancid though. Yeah. Well, he's a zombie, right? So I'm going to. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with that tongue-wee? I think I will make it a brownish green. No, you know what? No, no. I will make it a greenish purple. Ah, growth. Yes. That's what I will do. A greenish purple. Well, it'll mix, right? Create some pukey color. Like a gray brown. And then I'll add some maybe blue in there to make it look infected or something, like a blue with a red, mixing it with a red, yeah, making it look infected. There, blue with red, right? Is that what I said? Oof. Okay, red. There. There. How about that? That looks good. And then I'm gonna put some blue in there. Like blue gray. Blue gray. Get that up in there. There. That's a good tongue color. There. Yeah. Good. Okay. So I've got a little bit more to ink, and then heavy holding line. And I think we're gonna be done, guys. Can you believe that? I'm so glad we had this time together. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys came and watched and decided to subscribe, hopefully. Yay! And I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you watch some of the other videos. They're just as fun. And you can learn a lot from them if you want to start drawing, man. Watch some of the episodes that are self-contained, that I kind of draw something from scratch, so you can watch how I do that, and perhaps pick some tips up, perhaps pick up some tips, some drawing tips, and things of that nature. So yeah, man, please do check those out. Please do subscribe, guys. That would be so awesome. I cannot believe got some new subscribers again recently, and I was so utterly elated. So thank you, guys. Thank you for all of the subscribers out there who are subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, guys. More than you can understand. I'm telling you, it really is an honor. So yeah, thank you. And I really want to entertain you guys and create some cool stuff with you. Share some visual imagery that is always unique and made by hand with traditional materials, which is not as prevalent on Earth as it once was. So yeah, check this out and watch the fun unfold. Well, here's the thing. Here's the hook. I draw zombie versions of virtually everything from pop culture and beyond. So, like video games, dinosaurs, Pokemon, kaiju, classic paintings, uh, uh, Bigfoot, cartoons, like cryptoids rather, not Bigfoot, cryptoids, cryptozoologoids, and so many more things, man. Like billions and billions of pinups, man, like you name it. And so TV show characters, all of that. So yeah, check that out, man. Go to Zombie Daily, and you can make a game of it, man. You could bet like, did Rob do a version of this? And click into the search bar and see if I did a zombie version of that thing that you're thinking of. Because yes, I probably have. And if I haven't, suggest it. And if you'd like one of your own, like a drawing of your own, ask me to do you up a custom drawing. Yeah, because I love doing those for folks too. Always put extra effort into those. And yeah, I still love doing custom drawings for people. You know, even like pet portraits and all of that. I love doing that, man. That's like that tests your metal, man. Like that's a good, like, you know, a good way to sort of like see if you still got it, man. You know, art wise, like being able to like draw and stuff. You know, so I always like whenever those come up, I'm gonna start looking for those, just to like, you know, fill in the like butter ink gaps, like where my need to do like inks that are so sublime, you know, come in. That's when, you know, I use that kind of ink acumen, you know. Yeah, you use different types of styles for different things, right? So, yes. Yeah, this is coming along great. Tongue's all gross and pulpy and polypy. I've got blisters on my fingers. Yeah. Gross. And it's all curled. It's all curled. It's all curdled. Absolute joker. What is he? What is he? Your opinions count. Your opinions matter. I think he's, like I said, some kind of like it type creature, or like manticore, or I wonder. Nah, I was gonna say, I wonder if it has anything to do with like the Joker has anything to do with the Wonder Woman lore. Like he's some sort of. Nah, I don't think that. I don't think they would do that. I love that Wonder Woman comic though too. The Absolute Wonder Woman. That's awesome, man. I love the art in that. That is brilliant stuff. Brilliant work. Yeah. Great writing, I think. Great artwork. Man, what else do you want? That's comics. That's comics, man. You know. What else could you ask for? And this is getting done, folks. Look at that. Put a level of shadow in there. hatching, yeah, that very much reminds me of that kind of Ernie Chua kind of inking or art, you know. Yeah. Well, it does at this point. I'm looking at it and it's like, oh yeah, it kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like that a little bit, you know. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it does. Hmm. Yeah. I like this though. I think it's turning out great. Thank goodness, because I was like, every stage I was like, it looks pretty good. I hope I just don't screw it up. And like the next step, it's like, it looks still pretty good. I hope I don't screw up the next part. You know, so yeah. Sometimes you get over zealous with your inking, maybe, or something. Who knows? You might do something a little bit off, and it's like, you know. So yeah, you know that's there's always a bit of a fear there. There's nothing you can't really fix, right? But there's times where you're like, I'm better off just restarting it, you know. And I have some of those, man, lying around. I think the Cesar Romero one, I might have done like over. Was it that? I think it was that. I think it was the Cesar Romero one, and I redid it, the Cesar Romero Joker, and I redid it. Like I wasn't very far into drawing it, but I didn't like it, and I was like, nah, like there's way too much to fix, I think, and I just went, nah, I'll just do it over, you know. Yes, those things happen, man. You know, sometimes you just you hit the page wrong, and it's game over from there, man. Yeah, you couldn't squeeze out a drawing of a bird, you know. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Man, I really like this. I really like the way it turned out. I think the holding line will add even more clarity to the proceedings. One individual I don't mention very often, but I love too, is George Perez. Yeah, George Perez, man. Oh my goodness. Like he was like John Byrne level, you know. Him and John Byrne, I love their work so much. Those were the powerhouses for me in the early days, you know. And yeah, those guys were wonderful, man. You know, those guys were great. Uh, Man, anything George Perez touched, I loved. It just has that beautiful look to it. Just a beautiful, highly detailed, carefully drawn, could sell anything art. You know, yeah, he was great. He was great, man. Those Avengers issues he did with Red Ronin, that giant battle bot that Marvel decided to like create for themselves. That was actually really cool. In Avengers, like I think it was 226, something like that. 225, 226 maybe. Maybe I'm off on that. Maybe 198 or something like that, or I don't know. I can't remember now. I got confused. Yeah, but those Perez issues were like mind blowing, and then of course the Byrne issues were mind blowing too, man. Yeah, those were great issues, man. Avengers have had some really hot spots, and that was definitely one of them. Yeah, 800th issue's coming out soon, man. 800th issue of Avengers. Yeah. Huh? You guys are actually seeing this being finished before I do, because I'm just looking at what I'm doing and I'm not looking at the big picture yet. But you guys can actually see. Oops. You guys can actually see the thing being completed. How dare you! I dare anything. I dare anything, Doom. Dr. Doom. Hope you guys are digging the live tonight. I was so excited to do this character, but at the same time, very, very scared. Yeah, for reasons I mentioned earlier, like there was just no concrete version of him, and there still isn't. You know. There. Wow. There. That looks great. I think, man. that looks great. I think. Well, you know what? Here's this. It's an okay drawing and all that. Blah blah blah. But what I'm kind of more satisfied with is just the fact that I was able to do them, because like I said, it was very hard to find good good reference, right? So that's what I'm more proud of, the fact that I could just do. Not that it's an amazing drawing or anything, but just the fact that it looks like him, I'm happy with that. That was the big worry of mine. But yeah, it looks like he's wearing a weird horned jester hat too, with those horns, man. Yeah. Tuft of green hair. Yeah, making those horns up. Making those horns up as I went along. They have weird twists in them. Yeah, because why not? Everybody's doing it. Kind of, yeah, man. Like, yeah, I see these weird sort of twists. Sorry, guys. I forget that I'm in the corner there. Get in the corner. I'm in the corner, in there, and I forget sometimes. Sometimes this old man forgets. Tungui. And those things sort of hanging off his tail there. Yeah, that's all good there. Oh my goodness, yeah, his hand has to really get up in there. There. Oh boy, that's awesome. I love that. That looks great. Like, it really pops now. Really pops. And again, that's a cartoony kind of thing to do, is adding that thick holding line there. It's sort of that sort of art tool or trick or whatever you want to call it. Adding that heavy holding line sort of does, in fact, create that illusion of three dimension, right? Because you've got that hand way up in front there, and yeah, like it's in front definitely, and all that other stuff is in the back, and it's a little uh, it's a little dimmer back there, you know. So you could feel that three dimensional thing there, thing there, yeah, the three dimensional thing there that you people do. You people do three dimensions. Can't afford that. That's gotta be from Futurama, man. There's no way I just made that up. Three dimensions? I can't afford that. That's gotta be from Futurama. Sounds like something Fry would say. You know, three dimensions. I can't afford that. Oh my god, that's funny. Okay. Or is it? I guess we'll never know. Just adding some more buttery. This is the more buttery detail. Or not detail, but hatching in there. Hiding. Wow, what do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. And let me know if you have any suggestions. You'd like to see any characters done in a zombie way. If you want me to do you up a custom, I'd love to do that for you as well. I love doing custom drawings for folks, colored paintings, whatever you want to call it. These black and white drawings, whatever. Love doing that for folks. Get yourself a zombie portrait soon. It is the 20th. This is the 20th year of zombie portraits. 20 years, man. 20 years strong. I've been doing this for 20 years. 20 years. So yes, it has been quite an honor to do so, and I'd love to do your zombie portrait next. So go to Zombie Portraits and order a zombie portrait for yourself. Zombie portraits. Or get one as a give one as a gift. They are like wonderfully received, man. And I mean that. Like I wouldn't be saying if I hadn't heard it first. You know, they've been known to be incredibly thoughtful and like custom gifts, man. You know, try getting that like nowadays. For cheaps, for anything that you can afford. You know, getting an artist to do something like that is huge, right? You know, try even finding some like folks who do that on a regular basis. You know, so yeah, it's a big thing, I think. You know, getting an artist to, and I love doing that stuff for folks, like pet portraits and stuff. I really love doing it. You know, like I said, I think it keeps you honest as an artist. You know, makes you like it's that kind of like area of art that's like pure art and drawing and all that. So you want to try to make it as like really sharp and as good as possible. Like the likeness is like 1,000%. You know. Anyway, that's how I kind of look at that. But it's true. Like I really do. Like they're not easy to do. They're a challenge, and that's why I kind of I love those. You know, yeah. They always you're always like, oh man, like, you know, you want to do the best. You just want to do the best job you can on those because of the subject matter. You know, and you kind of develop a thing where you're like, oh my goodness, I worked so much on this. Like any other artist would probably go, oh, you know, they wouldn't have the wherewithal to part with it after, you know. But I want people to have really good experiences with artists, you know. So I want to be that guy who delivers, like, you know, everything past expectations, you know. I'm a fool that way. Yeah, that's how to get to the top. Anyway, I can't help myself. So, so if you want good, you know, competent, you know, work done, yeah, let me know, man. I'll see if I can help. See if I can help you out. You know, love to do a custom for you. Zombie portrait, what have you? What have you? And guys, I don't know if it's just me, but I think this has been completed. I think this zombie absolute Joker has been completed. Maybe there's one more thing. Yeah, I think that needed to be. You know what? Maybe a little bit in there, a little bit more darkenness to indicate the surface direction and texture in there. But yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. Zombie absolute Joker, y'all. Get up on that. How about that? He'll never stop working on it. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. No, I'm not. So there we go. I think that is. I love it. I really do enjoy it. I love it. I think it turned out great. And again, I mean that from the perspective of it definitely looks like that character, you know. For people who know, here's the thing. That's the thing, right? Like a lot of people might not have any clue who the absolute Joker is, you know. So they might look at that and go like, "Oh, what a cool monster or whatever." Or stupid monster or whatever. I don't know. But I like the design. I think the design is really cool. I think in keeping with that sort of, I'm gonna put some of those lines in there just to keep it a little bit ephemeral, you know. Yeah. What are those lines? Are those more teeth? What are they? Whiskers? Yeah. See, there you go. Adding to the. I'm adding to the Mandela effect that will eventually be this Joker, you know. And if the DC writers, if anybody from the DC, whoever wrote that as, you know, part of it, if that's true, that's pretty amazing, you know. Yeah, telling artists to maybe go depict them the way you want, you know, but don't go too crazy. Yeah, it just keeps them a mystery hovering around the character, right? Look at that, 11:30, and we had a late start because of the computer breakdown. Oh my goodness, that's good. Oh, guys, there it is. The Zombie Absolute Joker. This is where the zombie apocalypse begins. I am adding more and more to Zombie Daily every day. Doing more. I'm going to be doing more features for you guys to enjoy. And taking more requests, man. More requests will be, or more suggestions will be added to the queue. I will be doing more of your suggestions coming up in future episodes, which I'm looking forward to doing too. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos, guys. I am going to call this an evening. Here, I'm gonna. You know what? No one's even seen the entire thing yet. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit, and then here is. Hopefully, you can see everything in this shot. Here is the big reveal of the Joker. Yeah, there he is, man. It's the Absolute Joker as a zombie. Yeah, Absolute Zombie Joker. So this will be going up on Zombie Daily very soon in the near future. Check it out. The link is in the description below. Again, please subscribe to the channel, guys. Check out Zombie Daily and Zombie Portraits. Order yourself a zombie portrait. I will see you guys again very soon. We're going to start doing more regular shows and features, so there'll be more structure coming up soon. All right. So until next time, I will bid you adieu.